More of the same is just going to get you more of the same. We've all heard that term before. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. When reality is that most business owners keep running their business in the same way and complaining why the business is not doing better. Complaining when they can't take time off. Complaining when it's not profitable. So if you want to change that, you're going to have to change what you're doing. The first thing is your mindset. So many business owners are stuck in what I call business operator mode, where they're on the tools, their business depends on them to show up every day and do the work. Whether that's filing tax returns, dealing with receipts and invoices, making marketing content to put out online, taking sales calls, or actually on the tools providing the service. So by on the tools, that could be, if you're a hairdresser, you're cutting hair. If you're a gardener, you're doing gardening. If you're a roofer, you're up on the roof. If you're a website developer, you're in on the laptop building websites. So that used to be me when I started my first business. We were selling all types of different services: advertising services, website development services, marketing services, content services. And I was doing all of the work. I was the marketing guy, I was the sales guy, I was actually on the tools doing the work. Then I had to be the bookkeeper and look after all of the financials and all that jazz. And over the course of a few years, after eventually reaching a point where I was like, do you know what? I'm working 10 plus hours per day, I'm working 6 plus days per week, making decent money, but I've no time to enjoy it. And if I do go and try to enjoy it, if I take a month off or whatever it is, well then the business is not going to run because I'm not there. So I started learning how to delegate, how to put systems in place, how to automate tasks, how to delegate tasks and build a team. And over the course of a couple of months, I was after completely systemizing my business. I was after putting a team in place who looked after everything. So the first thing I focused on was the service delivery. So that for you, if you're a hairdresser, the service delivery is cutting a customer's hair. If you're a residential construction company, that might be building an extension out the back of somebody's house. If you're hands-on on the tools doing that, it takes up a ton of your time. So for me back in the day, being on the tools took up most of my time. So I decided to go out and bring somebody in who could do that work. I showed them the way that I done it. They had some experience that they also brought to the table. We put an SOP in place, which is basically just a document that lays out how to do the jobs that they need to do, or how to do the tasks and what they're responsible for. And then put some KPIs in place so that I could track their performance each week and each month. Instantly, by just bringing one person in to the business, I was able to free up about 4 to 5 hours of my day, which was massive. So then all of my time was focused on sales and bringing in new customers, which took up the majority of my day. So I went out and I hired a sales guy in to take all of the calls. I hired in a marketing person to look after running the ads and creating content to put out on our website and our social media platforms. So the marketing guy was now feeding the sales guy with leads. The sales guy was converting those leads into customers. I had the back end team who were providing the service. Then I hired a bookkeeper to make sure payroll was done, invoices were followed up on, receipts were all lodged correctly. We put proper systems in place. So we have financial systems such as Xero. We also have a really cool system inside of the Delegation Bootcamp, which is your cash flow tracking system, which tracks your cash flow on a week by week basis. Regardless of whether you're a one-man band operation or you've got 50 plus staff, you should be tracking the financial performance of your business on a weekly basis. We put systems in place for marketing. We put systems and processes in place for sales. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that you can remove yourself from your business and transform your business into a completely separate entity that runs and grows without you being there. The beauty of this is that your business will grow to new highs because you may not realize it right now, but you are the bottleneck within your business. If your business right now depends on you to exchange your time and your energy, well then the business is going to hit a glass ceiling because you only have so much time, you only have so much energy in the day. Whereas by putting systems and structures in place and building a team, your business can grow exponentially. And I've seen it time and time again. It happened firstly with my business, and I said to myself, you know what? This has worked out really, really well for me. I've been able to go on extended vacations. I spent 6 months in Dubai, the other 6 months traveling through Europe. I can literally run my business from anywhere. I've reduced my workload with that first business down to maybe 3 hours a week, just checking in and having meetings with the key staff to see how the performance of the company is doing. So after doing this with my business and pretty much changing my life, I realized that there's so many other business owners out there that are stuck in the rat race. They're stuck in what I call the self-employed trap. They're still in business operator mode. Whereas with a few small tweaks and a couple of weeks or max a couple of months work, 2-3 months of work, implementing proper systems and structures and building a team, they too can remove themselves from their business. Okay, so I went out and I offered it to some of my clients. I was like, hey, this worked for me. If it's okay, can we try it with your business to see does it work with your business? And it did. So I went on to 2 or 3 more and it worked for their business as well. So it does not matter whether you have a hairdressing business or a construction business or a digital marketing business or an accountancy or bookkeeping firm or a legal firm or a furniture store. It does not matter what your business is, because this is principle based. So why would you want to do this? Well, maybe you just want to be able to have more time freedom and location freedom. Maybe you want more financial security. Maybe you've got a wife or a husband and kids. You've got a family who depend on your income. If something happens to you, let's say you're in an accident or you get sick and you physically cannot work in your business for the next 3 to 6 months, what happens to your business? Falls apart. What happens to your income? Falls apart. What happens to your family and their lifestyle and their financial security? Falls apart. So by building your business in this way, it means that your business does not depend on your time or your energy or your personal physical efforts to run. It's completely independent. Or maybe it's coming close to retirement and you're looking for an exit strategy, but you know that right now your business is probably not worth very much because it depends too heavily on you. And that if you put good systems and good structures and a good team in place, that you could sell your business for a lot more. And that is so true, guys. Whether you're looking to retire, or maybe you've just decided you want to move on to a new project, or you're moving country, or you want to move into a different industry, and you want to sell your business so you can give your full focus to this next project, to this new thing, you are going to get a lot more for your business if your business is not owner dependent. And that is the number one key factor. So how do we do this? We put systems and structure in place. We put a team in place who can manage and run those systems, who can manage and run your business for you. So if this sounds like you guys, if you are a business owner and you're caught up in the trenches, you feel like you're a complete victim of the self-employed trap, and you want to be able to completely transform your business that can run, go and thrive completely independently of you, whether you just want to have the security and a little bit more time and location freedom, or whether you actually want to sell or exit your business, this is the process that's going to get you to that stage. So if you want to implement this system into your business, make sure to reach out. You can click the link down below or somewhere around this video, or simply go to delegationbootcamp.com.